Good evening, folks, and welcome to the audio/video podcast of the week. And here to join me is my buddy Al. Hey, Al, how's it going? What you up to today?
Doing great, guys. I hope you all are doing fantastic. Also, just enjoying some of this luscious ice cream that I have behind me. I wish.
Excellent. Excellent. And yes, folks, you guessed it. Tonight is the topic on the 50s and 50 and 60-year-old guys talking about the 70s and 80s. The topic tonight is the ice cream man. And I always think we never have enough time to fill with the topic, but so far we've been short every single time. So let's see if that's the case today. Go ahead and shout out, as we will be. Shout out all your favorite ice creams of the past. I think my favorite, I'm going to start out with probably my top favorite, as is many of you, which is this one down here below Al is the orange creamsicle. Is got to be my favorite of all of the or you could also say the push-up. The let's see, it's over on this side right here. There's the push-up. Let's see.
They call that the hype.
No, that's a hyper stripe. That's not it. Let's see if I got a push-up back there anywhere. Nope, no push-ups back there. But well, it's around somewhere anyway. And it's yeah, I think now let me ask you something. How many of you, or Al, I'll begin with you, the ice cream man itself, how often did he come by your house when you were a kid? Or did he?
I want to say every day.
Yep.
I mean, every day, you'd hear the tunes playing,
Yep. Yep.
And I'd, go out there with my change and stuff.
Speaking of tunes, I pulled up a YouTube video I was trying to find, and I still haven't found it. There is this particular tune that played with the Ice Cream Man, which is let me see if I can remember it now. Sing it off the top of my head. Oh no, hang on a second. Dun 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 bum 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 bum, and it would go on and on and on and like that. And that tune is the tune that my particular ice cream man had. Now, I listened to, I must say, 2.5 hours of Ice Cream Man music, because you can pull up on YouTube. You can pull up Ice Cream Man music galore, and I'm not going to pull any up because some of them may be copyrighted or whatever, and I don't want to get a ding. But I got to tell you, a lot of those are. I mean, there is just that song will just always stick in my head forever, and I must have been, I don't know, it was certainly pre-10 years old. But for me, the Ice Cream Man, it was usually once a day. It was usually pretty much 3 o'clock, around 3 o'clock, because obviously the Ice Cream Man's not going to come by your place early and before you get out of school. So we got out of school at 2:15 and home by 2:30, and either 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, sometimes as late as 5. That Ice Cream Man would be going around the neighborhood, and thank God I had a brother, because Rich, Ice Cream Man, you go stop him, I'll go get money from Mom. Or the other way around. He goes and gets money from Mom, and I go stop him. And we'll come out with a $20 bill. Back in the 70s, that was a lot of money. And, we'd load up. So, what was your favorite ice cream?
My favorite ice cream. I'm sitting here looking at the ones that you have in the background, and I have multiple favorite ice creams. I certainly love the orange and cream. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's probably my favorite. But one that I really, really enjoy eating is a strawberry eclair. There's something about a strawberry eclair and those little bitty, I don't know, what they
Yeah,
are on the
the
outside.
granules, those wonderful sprinkles. Yes,
Oh my God.
for
Oh my
me it
God.
was the chocolate, but even though I'm more a fan of the vanilla ice creams. I'm not big on chocolate. However, the strawberry eclair had just the right mix.
And that's probably why I like the strawberry clear, because I'm not such a I love chocolate, don't get me wrong, but I'm not such a fan of chocolate ice cream per se.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah,
You
the
know,
ice cream. Let's see. The Ice Cream Man song from Joe says that the ice cream truck played "Pop Goes the
yes,
Weasel," and yeah, "Pop Goes
yes,
the Weasel" was a big
yes, it is.
was one of the big ones.
Some other ones are "Do Your Ears Hang Low?" Pop Goes the Weasel for sure. The Entertainer, remember that one?
Oh, The
The
Entertainer's a
Entertainer.
classic. That's a classic. All the
Music,
ragtime songs. All
Music
the
Box
ragtime songs.
Dancer,
Yep.
Home
Yep.
on the Range. It's a Small World.
Yep.
Go Tell Aunt Rhodey. For Elise. Now that one we could probably play. That one's probably a classic. Um, Little
Yep.
Brown Jug, The Picnic. Anyway, and it goes on
Yep.
and on. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Constant. I mean, like I said, I heard 3 hours of this stuff practically
Yeah.
the other day, and I just in research, and it was just. I mean, it brought back a lot of memories, but mostly of very bad cheap synthesizers of the 70s more than
Right.
anything else, because that's kind of what it was.
Right.
I remember I had not to go too much on a segue, but I remember during the 70s, one of the first cars I had, I was really big on in CB and so I put a CB in my car and I had a little amplifier and everything, and I had a horn. Rather than a speaker, I had a horn on inside the hood of my 76 Monte Carlo, and I connected that not only to the CB output so I could talk to people and shout to people as a speaker, but I connected it to one of those horns that plays all different types of music, including a couple Ice Cream Men tunes, and and I mean, obviously Dixie and all that stuff, but yeah, I was my own little ice cream man. Sometimes I would just play it just once or twice just to be mean and mess with the kids. I was a bad kid, but
Isn't Ice Cream Man a Van Halen song also?
it
I'm your
is.
ice cream man.
It is. It is. Jim Bashirs was bringing that up here. And yep.
Didn't steal your thunder, Jim. I thought of that one all by myself, man.
Yep. Little Brown Jug was also a good staple and stuff. Yeah. Joe says, I wonder what kind of PTSD those drivers have now when they hear that music. I gotta tell you. I speaking of PTSD and music, and I've mentioned this before, you guys. I had a spot or a couple spots, a few spots at Santa's Enchanted Forest, a local Christmas theme park, 2 months out of the year here at in Miami. And I kid you not, there are 27 songs, and I mentioned this before, 27 Christmas songs, beginning with Feliz Navidad from
Julio Iglesias?
from no from oh God,
Jose Feliciano.
Jose Feliciano, and let me tell you, those songs, including a few of the Michael Jackson Christmas songs, they still to this day make me want to, around Christmas time, maybe make me want to rip the radio right out of the car and throw it out. And when I hear them, it's almost instinctual, because I kid you not. For a while, I don't anymore, but I did for about 15 years at Santa's Enchanted Forest. I was there 5 p.m., really 4 p.m. is when they started the music, before they even opened the park. 4 p.m. until, on Saturdays and Sundays, 2 or 3 in the morning. We're talking about an average of an 8-hour solid playing 27 songs. The same 27 songs. And it was a bit. Well, ask Eloy about it. He only spent 3 days there, and he was a little traumatized by it.
Little more cuckoo, huh?
Well, anyways, back to our subject at hand. How about a screwball? Those were always great.
Oh yeah, with the gum at the bottom.
With the gum at the bottom.
Oh yeah.
A screwball was awesome. I prefer. I didn't like the grape. I like the strawberry.
In fact, there's one right there. There's a screwball right there.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
There's one down there. There's a few of our
Looks like
favorite
that's
things.
yeah, that one's and another one there. I'd prefer the cherry one.
Oh yeah, yeah. I definitely like the cherry one better. Cherry one's absolutely better. And the gum always was discolored at the bottom. But anyway, yeah, with the bubble gum. Now I wasn't. I see in this particular picture up here, I see Sonic and what's that one over you? It's hello the Powder Puff Girls. I see that was after my time, and Tweety. Those shaped ones were the only shape I ever had was either a panda bear or not a Mickey Mouse one, because that would actually was copyright written. But they sold a panda bear one where the ears were chocolate and then they had a middle stripe which was vanilla and the bottom was chocolate. Do you remember that one?
I don't so much as in my mind when you say shape, I remember the bomb pop. To me, that was
now that's well, I was talking about a character shape, but yes, the bomb pop's another one I have on my list. I love bomb pops. Hang on, let me see if I can. Well, actually, right over here. There is, if for those of you looking at the video podcast, let me see if I can pull it up a little bigger. It's called a mega missile on this screen, but it is similar to a bomb pop. By my Astro Pop, sometimes people no, Astro Pop was different. Astro Pop was what we in Miami in Spanish call a piruli.
Piruli.
Un piruli. Piruli is it's a very hard candy. Hard candy. It was green on the bottom, rather red on the bottom, green in the middle, and yellow on the top. It was like a cone, and like an inverted cone.
Like a hard
candy.
Yeah.
But if you put it in your mouth and let it melt, you could actually stretch that not like a candy cane type of hard candy where it would wear away, but this one, with your temperature, with your body temperature, it would actually stretch or melt
from a crystalline solid to a molten.
Right, exactly. So and they had a particular taste. This piruli, or Astropop as it's called. So I mean, look up an Astropop. Then there are the classics. The classics is one of my dream classics is my all time favorites has got to be the Chipwich, which is up on the corner over up there in the blue. That Chipwich. To this,
I'm not familiar with that one.
You're not chocolate chip cookie, vanilla ice cream in the middle, and it's got chocolate chips all around it.
Yeah, no.
You have never had a Chipwich?
I have never had a Chipwich.
Oh.
I was an ice cream sandwich type of guy. What can I say?
You do not know what you're missing with a Chipwich. Ice cream sandwiches, I like them, but I got tired of them real quickly. There's no texture to them. They're all soggy. They're good taste though. Especially when they're fresh, there's a good taste. What the problem with ice cream sandwiches is the standard ice cream sandwiches for me, the black part, I mean the chocolate part, the cookie part, whatever, the outer sandwich parts, just after a while, especially if the ice cream was not properly refrigerated, got melted and almost was gushy in your hand. But really they got, I don't want to say soggy, not quite soggy. They would get soggy, but not soggy, but more like they taste almost stale.
Yeah, yes.
If they weren't fresh, they tasted stale.
I agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree. But then again, I was an ice cream snob. Ice cream sandwich snob. I would go after the Haagen-Dazs ice cream sandwiches, which are ice cream cookies.
Yeah.
Which, oh my God, talk about deliciousness in an ice cream sandwich. But again,
yep. How about the old fudge bars? The twin popsicles. Those are great. You split them in half and share them with a friend. I mean, they still sell them today, but it's just not the same. It's not the same as before. But let's see. They had some other ones, which the cotton candy, the split, the watermelon whirl, the bubble gum, which were these popsicles that had two flavors and they were mixed together, similar to an orange creamsicle, but an orange creamsicle or an orange cream popsicle, whatever, had the vanilla, had the cream on the inside and had the orange tart as a coating. This was more like the bubblegum one was like almost looked cotton candy-ish in color. It was a pink and blue mixed together. The watermelon whirl was a pastel green and a watermelon-ish color. They had different ones, but the Bomb Pop, I have to say, the Bomb Pop was one of my classic favorites. How about...
Yep, same here. I agree.
How about the... let me see. It's not called the Nutty Buddy or the Nutty Bar. It's... what was it called? The... Not Nutty... okay.
There's another name to the Nutty...
I'm thinking of the ice cream cone that had the peanuts and the chocolate in on the top. What was that called? My mind just went blank.
Well, up there it says Sunday Cone. But Nutty Buddy, I remember it as.
Sunday cone. No, it's. I know one of them is called a Big Dipper. Let me see if I find it here in my research.
Over there.
Yeah, in this other. I see a lot of different ice creams, but not the one I need. Oh, push up. I mentioned the push up earlier. It's basically the same thing, but it's an overpriced orange creamsicle because it was a lot less.
Bob's is talking about those slushies in a plastic tube.
Oh yeah. We haven't even gotten to the candies yet. That's or to the other stuff the ice cream man sold. We're just on the ice creams, but yes, the slushies in the tube, the frozen, what are they called? Frozen pops, frozen. Oh goodness gracious, icicle pops. I'm trying to remember the name of it. Hang on.
Yes, folks, you can tell this is an impromptu broadcast of nostalgia.
Oh yes, this is that is exactly what it is. That's exactly what we do every week. We talk about a different subject, and let's see, ice cream man treats. Let's try that per size. Strawberry shortcake. I don't have anything here.
Just remember, two guys in their 50s and 60s reminiscing about the 70s and 80s.
Let's try Nutty Bar.
The Superman red, white, and blue left your mouth colored for hours.
That was the Bomb Pop. That was the Bomb Pop or the Star Pop, sometimes they called it. But those were great. Let's see. Ice Cream Man menu. This is just, I'll find one. Here we go.
Frankie says he's got a trained cat that knows the sound of the ice cream truck and waits with his kids. Sometimes he meets the driver. Even if the kids don't, he gets a little treat. Oh my gosh. That's awesome.
That is hilarious.
That is.
It's funny. Let me see. Here we go. Well, this one calls it the Cornet. But that's a different brand. The Cornet is similar to the one the one I'm talking about. Okay, imagine if you will, it's a waffle cone. They still sell them today. It's a waffle cone. Now they go by the name Drumstick by Good Humor.
Drumstick.
But before they were called something different. It wasn't a drumstick. The drumsticks have a big ball of dipped chocolate ice cream with, a big cone. This one is a flat top, is what I'm talking about. Yeah, now you know what I'm talking about. Mickey's Parade Mickey Mouse Bar from Good Humor. That one was another one. it was the two eyes, the nose, and the mouth was in chocolate. The rest of it was white, and then the ears were dipped in chocolate. Those were classics. Those were classics.
And I guess drumstick is a copyrighted Nestle name, I believe.
Possibly. Cornetto is a copyrighted name from Eskimo. They all got different.
They all got their
So
fingers in the ice
yeah,
cream.
yeah, Nutty Buddy is what I'm thinking of. That's what I kept calling it, but I
Hmm.
keep thinking, okay, so I don't want to confuse the Nutty Buddy with the actual peanut butter bar that's sold by, which is either also called Nutty Buddy. That's the problem. The Nutty Buddy, there's Nutter Butter peanut butter cookies, which they look like peanuts, and that's from Keebler. And then there's the chocolate ones, which are Nutty Bars. And yeah, this is the Nutty Buddy. Okay, it's they all got the same similar names, so Nutty Bars,
By
Nutty
the way,
Buddies.
the original product was invented by I.C. Parker of Drumstick Company of Fort Worth, Texas in 1928.
Well, there you go.
So that is the drumstick that Nestle and PAI Partners actually own. And I guess Froneri owns the brand name.
Yeah. I am
I'm
looking. I'm looking up Nutty Buddy right now. No, see, Nutty Buddy is not it, but it's what did you
Due to
say?
the historic popularity of this dessert, it's commonly called a drumstick. Even if it's manufactured by some other companies, the branded and branded otherwise, forever summer has been a tagline for this brand. I can read well, can I, folks?
They do call it the Nutty Buddy. There's another company that calls it the Nutty Buddy. So
Yeah.
the Nutty Buddy is both a wafered cookie and a sundae cone, Nutty Buddy sundae cone. So yeah, that's interesting. And Nestle has the drumstick, of course. Now let me ask you this, because now let's go into the realm of. And there's probably still another few ice cream things out there. Feel free to shout them out, guys. We've pretty much touched on most of them. It wasn't really, it's a big selection when you're a kid, but when you're older, it's not really that big of a selection. And here's a funny little story. I went to, I was in charge of getting dry ice for a picnic that we went to with the young adults group. And I went over to find dry ice in one of the only places I knew, which was an ice cream man supply place.
I
And
can
it
tell
was,
stories about that.
oh my God, it was there that I found, I couldn't believe it because I'm so used to like ice cream sandwiches costing. At the time, they cost, you get them from the ice cream man at $2, $1.50 to $2.50 for an ice cream sandwich. You get them at Publix or Winn-Dixie or one of these places for probably 10 or $20 for a pack of 6 or 12 of them. But in the ice cream man store, they sell them to you in bulk, frozen around dry ice for about 25 cents to 30 cents each. Oh my God, I went crazy. I go, you know what? I'm not just going to get the young adults group dry ice. I'm going to stock up on all different types of popsicles. And I did. I loaded a cooler with dry ice and tons of popsicles. And if it wasn't so far away from me, I'd be going there all the time because it's cheaper than the supermarket. Because it was an ice cream man supply place. They buy that stuff in bulk, packaged, and. But the ice cream man, aside from the ice cream, let's go into the candies. How about, do you remember Fun Dip?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Strawberry and grape with a
little candy thing.
with a
Yeah.
candy stick that you lick it, you dip into the pixie oh, and of course pixie sticks.
Still have it.
Forget-
Still have it now. The grandkids, we buy big old bags of candy for Halloween. It has that in it. They're still around today.
Mitchell brought up Italian ice cups. We were talking about screwballs,
Hey, Mitchell.
but yeah, Italian ice cups. I mean, they still have them today, and it's fantastic. They used to have them. The ice cream cone also. The ice cream man also did sell Italian ices. Not to mention they sold the little pints of ice cream, but that wasn't very popular with the kids. They'd much rather have those
spoon.
with the little flat spoons. Yep, you gotta love those. Gotta love those wooden spoons.
Yes.
And then how about
Or were they a spork? Because
no? Well, the ones
little serrations in the end.
yeah, but back when I had it, I had the paper wrapped but wooden spoon. They come in a roll, and the ice cream man would just yank off one.
Yes, definitely they come in a roll. Yes.
And then now, how about button candies?
Yes. You peel off the little.
Yeah, and you're always eating more paper than candy.
And now and then you get a piece of paper too. And
My brother would love button candies.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see.
How
Yeah.
How about the candy that went on necklace?
Oh, the necklace. Yeah.
I'll confess, we had an ice cream truck when I was a kid, and this is bringing back memories like you wouldn't believe.
The candy. Yeah, my cousin Alex just brought that up. The candy necklace.
Chewing on it.
And the bracelet, yeah. Chewing on it, and then you and your friends are chewing on it because there was no COVID around at that time, and it's like it gets all sticky, and you got 3 different people on it. Nobody cares, Wow, it was a different time, I'm telling you. Whatchamacallit. Oh, Mitchell, we can go into every single ice cream bar that and there's a lot of them. That will be a show on ice cream on bars pretty soon.
One thing we had in our go ahead with the subtitle.
No, I was just Frankie was talking about the Ninja Turtle ice cream thing with the bubblegum eyes. Yep. That was a little later. It was a little after our time, but here's a great one, Mitchell.
Yes.
Candy cigarettes.
You can forget that one now.
Both times, but I mean both types. They had the candy cigarettes and the bubblegum cigarettes.
Yep.
My favorite was the bubblegum cigarettes because while I like the candy cigarettes, all they were was basically a strip of white, really sugary candy with a little red tip on them, and you'd break them into pieces, and you pretend. But the bubblegum, those were awesome, filled with I'd call it talcum powder, but it's cornstarch is what it is.
Yeah, it was.
And now I know it's cornstarch, but back then I thought it was talcum powder. You'd blow it. It was just loose enough that you could blow it and get one good puff out of it and pretend to be a smoker. Yeah, let's say, Joe Camel would have loved those, but or loved those, I should say. Charleston Chews, yep, those the candy smokes. Yep, Pop Rocks, the Dilly Bar, those candies were always classics. Let's see. What are other now? Here's the thing, and oddly enough, I was going to bring it up. I was at my cousin's place, and I was at the camper, and and it reminded me because I was planning on mentioning it on the show. He has for his kids. He's got a couple of rolls of bang caps. Now, I don't know about you, but my ice cream man sold bang caps. Mm-hmm. Let's see them do that today. Mm-hmm. Well, now bang caps, for those of you, I hope you all know what I'm talking about. But if you don't, there are these little red rolls of 50 little caps of gunpowder that go inside an old cowboy gun. You feed it, a little revolver. You feed it through, and the trigger basically smashes against, and then you got a 50-50 shot of actually blowing up a bang cap. What we used to do, my brother and I, we used to get a brick and take a whole roll of bang caps and seeing how many, and it would be great. It'd make a whole thing. Or we'd light them and they go, those were fun times. And then after we'd pop it in one blow, we'd open up the bang caps and see which ones are not popped, and then try to hit those with a small hammer. We'd hit it against the sidewalk. I mean, those bang caps. Well, our ice cream men sold bank caps, and he sold the other type of bank caps, which there were two types. Originally, for years, as we were growing up, it was the rolls of paper. They 5 to a roll and 5 rolls to a box, and 4 or 5 boxes to a pack.
A pack, yeah.
And then they started selling the fancier guns, which I loved, the fancier revolvers, which actually took the plastic 8-shot ones. They were plastic, and they had a little more gunpowder in them, and they were very, very, oh my God, those pop guns, those were the good ones because those were loud. Bank caps were never loud. They'd fizzled half the time. Maybe one shot out of 50 were loud, but these, every time, bang, bang, they were always loud. And as Hendrix put it, and I agree with him wholeheartedly, that is a smell that sticks with you forever.
That's what I love the most. I love
fire, smell of gunpowder. I mean, it's I really think that's why many of us enjoy our weapons of non-mass destruction. we enjoy our weapons. For those of us that have weapons, when you go out on the shooting range, that after shot of gunpowder, it's a tinge, not exactly the same as firecrackers or M80's or M16's or the after effects of July 4th fireworks or bank caps, but that is a smell that just, you never forget that smell. You never forget that smell. The round plastic ones for the cap guns, as Frankie was saying. Yep, those are the ones I was talking about. Do you remember those, Al?
The what?
The round ones. They were round plastic ones. They'd come in a circle and
kind of like a revolver, right?
Exactly. They were for the revolver.
Yeah.
You'd pop out the revolver, pop in one of these caps, put it in, and you get 8 shots. As opposed to the bank cap one, which was a fake revolver and a fake Colt 45, and yeah. Let's see. Okay, wait a second. Fake Colt 45. It wasn't even a Colt 40. I don't know what it was. Was it? Let me see. I'm trying to remember. The old guns of the old cowboy guns is for kids, for the bank. The kind where the revolver slid up and you'd slip in the bank caps and then close it back down. What shape was that revolver? Because I mean, my mind is going. I'm pretty sure it was like a Colt. I mean, a very, very bad-looking one. It was a simple...
what I remember is the little flat hammer that was on there.
Yeah, it had a flat hammer on the top. Right.
Yeah.
But I look over my shoulder all the time, reload my own. Yeah. Open a can of Play-Doh and smell it. There's another one. That's a great smell, Frankie, is Play-Doh. We are going to talk about toys of our youth in a future episode. Let's see. Cap guns, great. New box of Crayola crayons, absolutely. Smells are... And I got another one for you guys. Not to get off tangent here, but I'll just to...
You know that means he's going to get off tangent, don't you?
Just once, yeah. Not to get off too tangential, but one big smell for me. Lincoln Logs and Tinker Toys. There's nothing like the smell of Tinker Toys. That wood, and every now and then you get the right type of wood that you're working with as a woodworker that we are, and maybe that's why I enjoy woodworking so much. But anyway, getting back to, let me see.
Flashback.
Let's get back to the. So what else did the ice cream man sell? Speaking of box of crayons, oddly enough, actually, my ice cream man did sell the 8-pack and the 16-pack of crayons. He had the strangest assortment of things that kids would like, He would have coloring books and crayons. This guy was a master salesman. He had 2 or 3 freezers of ice cream in his van, but he had stuff hanging
Yes.
everywhere. And
Ah.
and the stuff like the bank caps, you wouldn't know about it because here's the window in front of you, and then he'd grab it from a secret
Yes.
stash.
Yes. Here's a couple of things
Yeah,
that my dad sold on his ice cream truck.
yeah.
Here's a couple of things. One of them was potato chips. We had some
You're right.
some thread, and,
Yep.
and we had potato chips just
Yep.
kind of just clipped on. The other thing, and
Ray, we talked about cigs already. We talked about the candy cigs. Yeah, potato chips. Yeah, we only 2 or 3 brands. But then again, there weren't that many brands back
yeah,
then.
yeah, whatever there was, and I don't remember exactly. Certainly just regular old potato chips.
Lay's Ruffles and Doritos was just about it.
Yeah. And the other one is, and nobody's touched on this yet, and it's snow cones. We had a little
Oh.
rack in the back.
Hang on, let me hang on a second. Right, this side. See that right there?
Yep.
Let me see if I can expand on this for a
But
second.
that's actually an ice cream version of it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that's the
That's
snow
the frozen.
cone, the snow cone ice cream version with the rainbow snow cone. But yeah, I remember the ice cream man. Ours didn't have that. Ours didn't make, or did he?
We had this big cooler filled,
Yeah.
that we got the ice at the ice cream store, filled with crushed ice. I mean, just that, crushed ice, and we would scoop in there.
Oh, wait a
and
second.
pack it in there.
Wait a
and then
second.
Take the cone over to the machine and go.
I have to. You keep talking while I find something because Dirty Knobs just said something that I have to pull up. Give me a second.
The snow cones that we had were excellent. We mixed our own liquids. I mean, anymore today they probably have it already pre-mixed, but we would mix our own. We had cherry, strawberry, raspberry, coconut, all those different flavors. One thing that nobody knows anything about.
Okay,
Yeah.
question.
Absolutely.
Did somebody say wacky packages? Hang on, let me
Oh my
take
God, wacky packs!
wacky packs. Oh my god, the green screen is really
I
killing
know,
it on
it
this
is,
one.
it is.
Let me take off the green screen real quick so you guys
I
can
wonder if
actually
you
get
could
it.
put a red towel behind it, but that's your
No,
shirt.
I just did, and it's because of the. You know what? It's because of the reflection. Let me just take the green screen off. It's easier that way, and so you guys will see the green screen. Look
There
at that.
we go. There we
Wacky packages.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Look at this. So I've got 2014 Wacky Packages stickers. Now, here's something that you guys may or may not have run across. I got so nostalgic last week when I was about to do the show last week, and I decided to preempt it for this week. And Wacky Packages was on my list because I loved Wacky Packs. Now, Wacky Packs, there's not a lot of people that remember. I'm so glad he remembered it, and I'm so glad you mentioned it. I was completely forgetting. I bought a 1,000-piece puzzle. I kid you not. Last 2 days, I finished it. It just took me 2 days to finish the 1,000-piece puzzle. I was taking my time. I just did it like an hour or two a day, and it was a relatively easy puzzle, and it was fantastic. I just crushed dampers instead of Pampers. They last for seconds. I mean, there was I got a whole. I mean, Kool-Aid. They had another one. Let's see, the Kool-Aid, and the other one was Hawaiian Punks. Well, I could go on and on and on and on. In fact, maybe I'll pull out the puzzle and show you guys. While you still have a pile of them, yeah, I do as well. My brother and I. Here's a story about my brother and I. Myself, my brother and I. We had. Speaking of wacky packs, I mean, we would buy them from the ice cream man, but we also would go. My grandfather used to, because my mom worked and stuff. She was always busy. So when we were really, really young, and my grandfather, because it was on his way to the office, would pick us up from school. He was in his, I don't know, I guess he was in his 50s, 40s, 50s. He was our age. He would pick us up from school, take us to he worked as an accountant. We'd be hanging out in the accountant office. It'd be very boring. My grandfather would spoil his grandkids. Hey, abuelo, hey, grandpa, can we have money to go next door? And he goes, yeah. He'd give us $20 each, and we'd go over to the U-Totem. I don't know if you guys have ever had a U-Totem.
Yep.
But it was U-Totem, 7-Eleven, that kind of store.
Yep.
Well, there was a U-Totem right next to my grandfather's office. We would walk over. It was nice and safe. We were, I don't know, we must have been 7 and 10, something like that. We would walk over there, and we would just spend, I mean, the guy knew us there, and we'd spend all our money there daily. Wacky Packages was a big part of it. My brother would buy more baseball cards than I would, and I'd buy more Wacky Packages and stuff. And well, I'm telling you, it was a daily thing. We had stacked up so many. I don't know where they all went. I think we stuck them on just about everything, because they weren't we didn't know about collector's items. We just knew it was a funny sticker, and we stuck it. But those are some fond memories, I got to tell you. Those are probably one of my strongest memories of the ice cream man and all those things all around is that. Oh, that's a good one, Alex. My cousin Alex, who lives basically 4 or 5 hours away from me.
Yes.
His ice cream man, and as did mine, had prepackaged cotton candy in bags that hung and swung in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember that as well. Ooh, there's a good one. Sugar babies.
That's right.
Sugar babies and sugar daddy.
And sugar daddies, exactly.
Sugar daddy. Oh man, caramel. That would. Yeah.
I think that's
Milk duds. They all had milk duds.
That's kind of crossing into the world of movie theaters. So.
Yeah. And then also another one that they had was the malted milk balls. I remember that. But
again,
again, more into the candy realm. But let me go. While you guys are here, I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my puzzle and show you guys, because I figure,
see the puzzle.
What the hey? We'll see the puzzle. You see if you can find more occurrences of ice cream man
nostalgia. So I'm just sitting here looking at that Jolly Rancher in front of me. I don't remember it at all, guys. But then again, what else does he have up here? Let me make the screen bigger. See what else he's got. The plain old fudge bar, right? I mean, if you like chocolate, that was it. My favorite was the one that was coated in chocolate, that was vanilla inside, and I'm Eskimo pie. That was my version. Or if I had a choice between a fudge bar and an Eskimo pie, the Eskimo pie would win. And now, back to Javi.
Eskimo pie, huh? That's a good one. Hang on a second, folks. Let me just grab the... let me put myself full screen real quick here. All right, so, well, again, I got to take off the green screen, because this is quite annoying.
Mitchell is saying strawberry shortcakes. I call them strawberry eclairs.
They're one and the same.
Yeah.
That's let's see here.
Yeah, the Dream Bar on the bottom, is the Dream Bar the same thing as the what did I call it earlier?
The Dream Bar is the orange fudge, the orange sickle, the orange cream.
It is. It
is indeed. They do go by different names in different areas. All right, so here we go, folks. Let's go full screen, and so here is my puzzle. See if I can get this aligned. So as you can see, a lot of the this is just a fantastic puzzle. It was a blast to do. J-Lo instead of Jello, Gulp oil instead of Gulf oil. I like the one on the bottom. Yeah, there it is. STD, which instead of STP. Now that means stop traffic, something or other. It's
Traffic dead. Yeah.
yeah, stop traffic dead. There you go. Dr. Popper. There's Crackola. That's 150 pieces of crack crayons. There's
Mrs. Clean.
huh?
Mrs. Clean is in there.
Mrs. Clean, and then it says, and this is I love this. Hang on, I gotta read this. So, Mrs. Clean will wipe up the floor with Mr. Clean if she can find him.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no, these were I mean, these were great. These were classics, you know. Band-Aid strips, Sneer, Weekies. And I mean, you know, these are the kind of things like we had a here. I'll let you get back to the.
Kids nowadays don't know what they missed out on.
They do not know what they're missing.
Kids, I hope you're.
There you go. We'll put
Wow.
you up
My
for a
gosh.
second.
Who can tell me what is behind me?
Oh yeah.
What is that behind me? Is that some piece of fudge? What, pray tell, is that behind me? I wonder how many people even know, or even would care to know, for that matter. That behind me. Mark, you're not supposed to be commenting. Mark, you're smart. Mark says immediately. Mark says freeze-dried ice cream.
There you go, Joe. Mark joined in. Give me a second. Let me.
Yeah, freeze-dried ice cream, Mark, in of course the Neapolitan flavor. Spummy. Yeah, Mitchell. It's actually frozen ice cream, is what it is, or freeze-dried ice cream. It's space ice cream. It kind of goes along with my theme of life. I'm constantly spaced out, right? So
Well,
why not? Ice cream.
yeah, malt cup was another one because I was thinking about malted milk balls, and the malt cup was always a popular one. No, every one of the ice creams we've mentioned is just
Yeah, space ice cream. Exactly, the Dirty Knobs. That's exactly space ice cream. That is correct.
for the longest time. It's funny because it wasn't until this show when I researched Nutty Buddy that I realized why I was always confused with the name of the candy bar from Little Debbie, and I think it's Little Debbie, and the Nutty Buddy ice cream cone with the flat top, basically the flat top drumstick,
Yeah.
which is because they're both the same. Nutty Buddy is what they are each called, and it's that's. Why would they do that to me? Cause that confusion. Yeah, we had. And they also called now Nestle's drumstick also originally came flat. Later, I guess I don't know. It's probably a lot easier to dip the cone and bag it in a bag with air than that wraparound cone with that sealed. Remember the that flat piece of cardboard on top, that would seal it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
And you pull it out or pull it off, I should say. There's a place in the mall where they actually take, and I don't know what it's called, but they actually take ice cream and put it on a slab and chop it up and mix it and add all these different things to it and stuff and serve it to you in a sugar cone. And you talk about
that's Cold Stone. That's Cold Stone.
Good piece of ice cream. Oh my gosh. Of course it's not-
Cold Stone and a lot of other vendors, a lot of other ice cream places do stuff like that. And I love Cold Stone for that because they have a cooled pad, a cooled
Yeah.
pad, which they mix the ice cream on. My particular favorite is, and this is going into modern times ice cream now, but so we're off on a tangent again, but it's I like the vanilla with the almonds mixed in. That's just simple, or the peanuts,
Hey, what is everybody's favorite flavor of ice cream? Just if you buy it in a
Yeah,
what's your favorite flavor before we get off?
yeah, good question. I alternate between Breyer's Reese's, Breyer's Vanilla, Breyer's Snickers, and Breyer's Mint Chocolate Chip. As you can tell, I'm a bit of a fan of Breyer's. I did enjoy, for the longest time, and we talked about this on a prior show, Farm Store's vanilla ice cream and Farm Store's chocolate chip. Those are the two. Those are the regular chocolate chip. Those, for me, those were my classics. Butter pecan's a great one, Mitchell.
Yep.
I completely agree with Mitchell on that one.
All those flavors I like.
Look at Alex. Alex, pralines and cream. I'll tell you right now. Alex just reminded me. My all-time, if you were to ask me my all-time favorite ever ice cream, ever, which they don't make anymore, and I'm pissed about it, but is Ben & Jerry's Dilbert ice cream. Ben & Jerry's made a flavor called Dilbert, and it was pralines and cream, and it was vanilla. And I'm really upset at the fact that most of Ben & Jerry's ice creams either have cookies, like Oreo cookies inside, or chocolate. And I don't like, those are the only two things I don't like mixed into my ice cream. I like chocolate chips. I don't like fudge or chocolate. I mean, fudge, okay, fudge, double fudge or fudge stripes from Breyer's, that's okay. But it has to be in vanilla ice cream or pralines and cream. You know, they got all these flavors that are all chocolate-ish and Rocky Road-ish. And for the life of me, you know, when are you going to bring back that Dilbert ice cream? Was the best.
The one that Ben and Jerry's came out that always attracted my attention was the Americone Dream that Stephen Colbert.
Americone Dream was a good one because they had the good pieces of the waffle cone in it.
And that's what I like about it, the waffle cone.
As did I.
Yeah, fudge is good too, and the vanilla is awesome.
That was my second favorite because of the waffle cone. Let me tell you, when I was talking about Cold Stone earlier, it has to be served in a waffle cone cup.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It has to be. Yeah. None of this. Give it to you in a bowl. No, give it to me in the cone.
Russ likes the Bluebell. Bluebell is
anything.
Is
Bluebell.
You know, Bluebell is delicious. I think they serve it in those small amounts for a reason, because if I eat more than that little small amount, or 2 or 3 cups of those, then it's too much and too often. That's one of those ice creams that I love the taste, but I cannot eat that every day. Whereas Breyer's, as long as I change flavors, Breyer's brand I could eat every day. Another one is, but this is more of an ice cream popsicle, is the Haagen-Dazs almonds, chocolate-covered almond popsicles. Those are just.
If you ever want to eat an overpriced piece of delicious, and I emphasize delicious ice cream, get Haagen-Dazs.
Yeah,
it's just amazing.
Mark Lindsay says that's because chocolate rules and vanilla drools. Now I wholeheartedly disagree because I'm a vanilla fan, but here's the funny part. My family, when we order, most of the time we order a cake from Publix, which is a fantastic cake. Publix or Sam's, you know, they make incredible moist cakes. But when we're in the mood for ice cream cakes, we always go with Carvel. And the beautiful thing about the Carvel cakes is, being that most of them, the stock ones in the freezer, are 50-50, our family, my wife and my eldest, enjoy the chocolate. My youngest and myself enjoy the vanilla. So what do? We slice the cakes and we split them. And so my wife gets both chocolate halves, I get both vanilla halves, and the same thing happens with my daughters. So yeah. Good times.
You know, something that nobody has actually commented on is different ice cream companies that are around. I mean, they said Bluebell, and that's what we've been saying, Bluebell. But I didn't know Bluebell until I came from Chicago here, and I'm racking my brain trying to remember what the name of the ice cream company was that was up there, because in Chicago they had obviously an ice cream company, you know, that was regional, and I can't for the life of me remember. what the name of that company was. But I learned Bluebell when I came down to yes, I'm a damn Yankee, to Texas back in the 80's.
Well, there's Breyers, Dryers, there's Haagen-Dazs,
Nope.
there's Highland, let's see, what other ones? Nestle, of course. Let me see if I can...
And I'm looking, I'm seeing if something pops out, and all I keep seeing is ice cream that, oh my God, is driving me bananas.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, Bluebell, Haagen-Dazs, Turkey Hill, Halo Top.
Nope.
Seeing if I can find... okay, so it's not Haagen-Dazs. It's not Ben & Jerry's.
Nope. And this was in the 80's, in the 70's, actually. 70's and 80's.
And in what area?
In the Chicagoland area. In the Chicagoland area. And it's like on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember the name of it, but they had these little, in fact, they had like little bicycles with ice cream, with freezers on them that they would
Are you talking about like Swenson's or
It wasn't Swenson's.
or 31 Flavors, Baskin Robbins?
No, and those are commercial stores that you go in and stuff. No, those are the big stores. No, this was like commercial companies that would go up and down the streets, and I can't for the life of me remember it.
Let's see.
Oh, it was
Lickety Split.
Nope.
George's.
Nope.
Frio Gelato.
Nope.
Scooters.
Nope.
Pretty Cool ice cream.
Well, but I'm looking at a bunch of
Margie's Kansies, The Freeze, Black Dog, Bambo Bar, Jenny's Splendid Ice Cream.
Nope. I remember they had like ice cream men suits with a little cap on and stuff.
Are you thinking of Farrell's?
I don't think it was Farrell's. It was like
Sugar Shack?
Nope, not Sugar Shack. But at least I'm getting ice cream from
Lindy's
names from you.
It wasn't Good Humor. Everybody's shouting Good Humor out there.
It was Good Humor.
Oh, yes. Goodness.
Yes.
That's a big one. That's not a small one.
How could we forget that? The Good Humor ice cream man used to go up and down.
Yeah, the Good Humor ice cream.
Yes.
What are you looking here? Look behind me. Most of the stuff is Good Humor.
That's
the thing.
Thank
you, Mark, by the way.
I agree. Of course it's going to be Mark.
Yeah.
An IQ of 500. Jeez.
No, he's got a trivia IQ of 500.
Yeah, he does. And
mine is 480. Mine doesn't quite reach his, but,
Good Humor. The Good Humor.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yes. Ice cream and ice cream. Yeah, Good Humor.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, well...
And what does it say Good Humor behind this? Does it say really?
It should. Hang on a second. Let me see if...
I see Bluebell. I see Blue Bunny, right? Yeah, Blue Bunny.
Oh, yeah. Hang on. It was a different one. Give me a second and I'll pull it up.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll just touch base on Good Humor. But yeah, Good Humor. Exactly.
Yep. Let me see.
That's...
let's see if I find it here. No.
Yeah, see, Mark, that's the same thing I did. I was lazy this morning, didn't want to go get Diet Coke for my wife. I went to go get water at the little windmill, and now she'd be really surprised if I went and got her Coke. And I said, here, dear, I felt bad. I wanted to get you these Diet Cokes and come back with 3 cases of ice cream, too. But she'll see right through me, so.
Here's a Nutty Bar Bomb Pop and a Neapolitan ice cream sandwich behind me now. Those were classics. These 3.
Yes. Yeah. Those are classics for sure.
But yep, I can't find it, but we're out of time, folks. So I'm going to start bidding everybody a wonderful week. And next week, stand by. Let me look up and see what we're coming up with next week on the show. Do you have your list in front of you by any chance?
I don't. While Javi is ending it, guys, sounds corny, okay, and it kind of falls in line with the show. But folks, y'all stay cool, okay? Thought I'd throw that out there.
That's pretty bad.
That's bad, yes.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. Let me scroll back here. I really got to put this
Remember,
on.
two old guys in their 50s and 60s reminiscing and talking about the 70s and 80s.
So next week, we're going to be talking about. Oh, I've got an echo from you, Al.
It was the clock. The clock hit the top of the hour.
Oh, here we go. So next week, we'll be talking about 70s and 80s tech, music recording, old radios, 8-tracks, cassettes, basically everything 70s and 80s tech. So bring out your realistic radios
Maybe.
from the shack and all that stuff, and we're going to go through quite a bit of it. So
Maybe. That'll give me a little incentive to clean on the garage a little bit and pull out some of my
some of the old 8-tracks, if you will. I've got my reel-to-reel up there. I ain't moving it. All right,
No,
folks. So, folks, thank you all. Have a wonderful week, and thank you all for joining us. See you all next week on 50s and 60s, guys in their 50s and 60s talking about the 70s and 80s, the Retro Podcast. Available, well, soon I'll figure out where it's available audio-wise. Available video on Javi's Woodshop every Saturday night at 10 p.m. live. Join us in the chat room. Have a wonderful day, all.